Maya has 3 months of expenses in an emergency fund, but her job is changing. AI now handles part of the reporting work she used to own. Her output has increased, and her salary has not. That does not mean she is about to lose her job. It does make one question harder to answer. If her role changes, is 3 months of cash actually enough? The answer is not automatically 3 months, 6 months, or 9. It depends on how much money her household would lose each month, how long that gap might last, and whether the backup money she counts is truly available. First, remove the panic from the calculation. Current evidence does not show that AI makes Maya's layoff imminent. A 2026 census working paper found that task augmentation was by far the most common reported task effect. About 2% of AI-using firms reported employment decreases without establishing individual job loss risk. So this is not a prediction. It is preparation for a slower search, a lower first offer, reduced hours, irregular contract income, retraining, or a role that keeps its title while becoming less valuable in the market. The familiar month count rule hides the first important mechanism. Maya does not need to replace every dollar she currently spends. She needs to cover the essential cash flow gap. Imagine that her household's essential expenses are $4,800 a month. A partner's reliable income, temporary benefits, or another dependable source may cover $2,000. Maya's survival gap is not $4,800. It is $2,800. But if she is the only earner, or if both incomes depend on the same employer or industry, the dependable amount could be much lower. Two households with the same salary can therefore need completely different reserves. The difference is not discipline. It is how much essential spending remains uncovered when one paycheck changes. The second hidden variable is time. In June 2026, the median duration among people currently unemployed was 11 weeks, while the mean was 25.5 weeks. More than 27% had been unemployed for at least 27 weeks. Those figures do not tell Maya how long her search will take. They measure ongoing unemployment spells, not completed searches or AI-specific outcomes. But the distance between the median, mean, and long-duration share reveals why one average is dangerous. Replacement time is a distribution. Some people move quickly. A meaningful minority face a much longer interruption. Maya's planning range should reflect her actual alternatives. A fast case might assume that she can move into a similar operations role with little retraining and accept comparable work quickly. A base case might allow for several interview cycles and a short gap before benefits begin. A slow case might reflect a specialized role, geographic limits, caregiving needs, a willingness to wait for comparable pay, or an industry where many employers are changing jobs at the same time. She can also ask whether a faster move would require accepting lower pay, which could extend the household gap after reemployment. None of these cases predicts the future. Together, they stop one optimistic estimate from becoming the entire financial plan. The third variable is that essential costs can change after income stops. Health coverage is the clearest example. Under COBRA, an eligible person may be charged up to 102% of the plan's total cost, including the former employer contribution. Alternatives and prices vary, but losing a job can remove income and raise a monthly bill at the same time. Add bounded transition costs that genuinely apply. Perhaps licensing, a necessary course, interview travel, or temporary caregiving. Do not turn every imaginable expense into an emergency assumption. Now comes the liquidity audit. Maya can see money in checking, savings, a brokerage account, a retirement plan, and an available credit limit. Those balances are not interchangeable. Eligible bank deposits may carry federal deposit insurance, but investments can fall when she needs to sell. Deposit insurance protects eligible deposits from bank failure. It does not guarantee instant access during every disruption. Brokerage cash may involve transfer timing. An early retirement withdrawal may create taxes, an additional tax, or plan restrictions. Credit is borrowed runway, not saved runway. Severance and unemployment benefits should count only when their amount, timing, and eligibility are reasonably dependable. Net worth can look strong while immediate liquidity remains thin. This is why the Federal Reserve's Household Survey is not a prescription. In its 2025 survey, 55% of adults said they had enough savings to cover 3 months of expenses. It also found that 63% would cover a $400 emergency using cash or its equivalent, while 59% had faced a major unexpected expense in the previous year. These numbers describe household resilience. They do not prove that 3 months is correct for Maya or for you. Access, household structure, and the size of the interruption matter alongside the headline balance. Maya can now build what we will call the runway range. Step 1. Calculate the essential monthly spending that would continue during an interruption, not today's full lifestyle budget and not an unrealistically austere number. Step 2. Subtract income that is genuinely reliable, especially under the same shock. Step 3. Create fast, base, and slow replacement scenarios using the portability of the role, household constraints, and willingness to accept lower starting pay. Step 4. Audit accessible liquidity and add only plausible transition costs. The result is a range of cash needs, not a prediction. Maya can compare that range with what she can use without selling volatile assets, triggering avoidable costs, or taking on expensive debt. A larger emergency fund is not automatically the best destination for every next dollar. A household with high interest debt, a missed employer retirement match, low fixed costs, strong benefits, or reliable second income may rationally choose a smaller target. Another may need a wider range because one income supports everyone. Both earners face the same industry risk, health costs are high, or comparable work is scarce. The runway range does not produce one perfect number. It makes the trade-off visible before the decision becomes urgent. Maya's question is no longer, how many months do people recommend? It is, what gap could my household face, for how long, and which money could I safely use? In the next episode, we will apply the same discipline to paying for retraining.